There's some really good pieces of the new cybersecurity framework. The big one is they've added a govern function. So they've actually brought it into focus and saying, listen, for us to have good cybersecurity lifecycle, we've got to look at governance as a main function. And the other big update was a focus on supply chain cyber risk management. They've got getting started guides, how to get started with the CSF. One of the things that NIST heard from the community was we need more resources. We need more instruction on how best to use this, even if we're a large enterprise or a small, medium-sized business. So if you haven't had a chance to go and check out CSF version 2, there's something to be celebrated there.
Apparently, for those with slow internet, the FCC is finally here for you. And they've decided that 25 megabits per second down and 3 megabits per second up is below the minimum threshold for broadband speeds.
I could see this as a method of defining like internet poverty. Like this is bandwidth poverty.
We've got valuable, talented team members who struggle with their internet connection all the time.
What this does open the door for is rural development grant programs. I think there was a big one that Obama put in place, which actually, weirdly, I was the recipient of because I live in the middle of nowhere, but it brought direct fiber to all these homes. And there's still like in the metropolitan areas close by, they don't have direct fiber yet. But out here in the boondocks, we've got strands of glass running down the power lines.
I wonder how many people there are that are just like, I don't want to be on the internet. Like, I don't want to be served by internet. I don't want it. I'm curious. Let's talk about this Red Canary threat report.
More and more attackers are going after cloud assets, and they're starting to get a little smarter about how much they do in terms of standing up cloud assets. Lockbit was back up really, really quickly.
Are you saying we've spent years and years trying to build and engineer resilient infrastructure and that attackers are allowed to use it too?
Yeah.
It's fun how that works. One of the interesting things they also talk about is the attribution thing, particularly with ransomware because of the affiliate thing where you have multiple groups who are working with other subgroups and they're selling their services to other groups. And it is confusing for me as someone who's going to my customers and saying, this attack is attributed to, and then I have to insert like 5 randomly generated strings that don't make any sense.
The NSA released their top 10 cloud security mitigation strategies. You don't see NSA often do marketing like this. It's really basic stuff. And I think the thing that scares me about this list is I wonder if these recommendations are reflective of environments that CISA or the NSA has studied. And this is telling us this is how actually far behind the curve we are.
Yes.
And just generally in terms of implementing what we've considered for, 5+ years as basic hygiene in cloud provider environments.
Yeah. I mean, I read this as, please stop asking us to help your cloud provider figure out why you got breached like it was your fault. The US government is demanding McFlurries. The Taylor C709 soft serve freezer, which you're familiar with if you've ever gone to McDonald's and the ice cream machine has been broken, is now the target of the Federal Trade Commission and the Antitrust Division of the Department of Justice, who have asked the Copyright Office to exempt commercial soft serve machines from the anti-circumvention rules of Section 1201 of the DMCA.
Everybody's doing like the quick hits. They're just sort of like, right? I mean, same thing with like TikTok. They're like, okay, what do we want to like fix? Anything else going on with the country right now?
TikTok and ice cream.
Let's get rid of TikTok
and ice cream.
Is this like the John Deere tractor situation?
Right to repair.
It is the exact same. It's just an issue we can all get behind. Ice cream. We don't care about other foods, just ice cream. The Department of Homeland Security is going to use generative AI.
Having an AI generate pictures of suspects seems like a terrible idea. It seems like that would very quickly generate a bunch of biased images. And if it's programmed to be anti-biased, then it would generate potentially anti-biased images. I mean, that seems awful. Is it going to generate these images based on descriptions, or is it generating them based on really blurry CCTV footage?
I'm imagining like I'm on ChatGPT and I'm a DHS cyber core member, and I'm just coming up with prompts like to get the AI to justify what I'm already trying to do. ChatGPT, can you help make my evidence implicate my suspect?
Yeah, there you go.
Join us for live InfoSec news every Monday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time on the Black Hills InfoSec YouTube channel.